My name is Dr. Erin Nitschke, and I'm the author of this article on appreciative coaching and inquiry. And I wanted to offer a practical strategy, sort of in an expanded form in a video. And that strategy is called positive reframing. And I don't know if you notice this as much as I do as an experienced coach, but clients tend to focus on deficits rather than strengths. And so your job and your role as a coach is to help them reframe it. And one way that I really like to do this is set the stage on a positive tone. And I start sessions with just an appreciative question. I kind of have a list of pocket questions that I like to go to. And one of those questions might sound like, so thank you for being here today. I'm glad that we can have a chance to visit. I'm curious, would you be willing to share with me some touchdowns you had this week? What were your biggest wins? And then have the client expand on those. This immediately puts their mindset in a more positive way. There are some other ways that you can help reframe a negative thought or a negative statement or a deficit-focused statement from your clients during the session. So for example, if you have a client who is working on weight loss and they come to you and they say something like, I failed to stick to my diet again this week, I'll never lose weight. What you hear is the negative, but what you respond to the client is something in the positive. So you would reframe it in a way that's something like, you faced some challenges this week, but it's great that you're aware of what didn't work. This gives us a chance to work together to identify some strategies that will. Another example might be, and I hear this a lot, a client makes the statement of, I'm too busy to exercise. So one way to positively reframe that, your response as a coach, is to be able to say something like, it sounds like you have a lot on your plate. Why don't we look at your schedule together and see if we can find some small pockets of time for activities that you might enjoy? So those are two different ways that you might be able to reframe a client's negative thought. Instead of focusing on that deficit mentality, we want to focus on the strength and help change that language and that mindset so that clients come to you and we start eliciting some of that change talk versus focusing on the things that aren't going well. And I always like to close out a session with an appreciative comment as well, saying something that's a combination of a reflection and an affirmation, like it sounds like you really worked through and were mindful of your struggles this week. And now moving forward, you've identified some really great options for you that if you're faced with obstacles again, you can implement and feel confident about. And then you can thank them for their time and set up the next appointment. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of how to reframe some statements that you might hear pretty common from clients. Again, it's taking that lens and shifting it from that deficit mentality to a strengths-based mentality. I hope you found this helpful.